What's going on, everybody? It's Delta Rob here, and today I'm going to be talking about Resident Evil 7 Biohazard on the PlayStation VR. What's that, you say? I did get a haircut, thank you for noticing. I call this hairstyle the Columbine look, or James McAvoy's role in Split, which is a great movie. I totally recommend it, just saw it the other day. Anyway, getting back on track, I'm not really going to review Resident Evil 7 in this video. I'm more or less going to talk about whether or not I think it's worth getting a VR headset for, just specifically for Resident Evil 7. Because, you know, there really isn't that many VR games out right now that are pushing people to get a PSVR. Resident Evil is so far has been, the biggest release for the PSVR, and it's still not even selling that many. I mean, so far we've got Batman, Drive Club, Job Simulator, Batman, and there's also Until Dawn Rush of Blood for the PSVR. So Resident Evil 7 isn't even the first horror game, and not to say that Until Dawn Rush of Blood really competes much with it. It doesn't by any means. It's just a rail shooter. It's fun for playing for 1 or 2 hours with your friends, and that's about it. I think it's only $20 if I'm not mistaken. If you guys want to see some gameplay on that, I'll leave a link in the description. I played that game a while ago. Let's talk about the gameplay itself. In my opinion, what really sells a VR game, especially a horror one, is whether or not it can immerse you in that environment. You have to feel like you're gonna shit your pants if something jumps out in front of you. It's got to be scary. It's got to be like you're there. And Resident Evil 7 does that 100%. I really felt scared while I was playing it. And I gotta compare it to Until Dawn Rush of Blood, because that's the only horror game that's out in the PSVR right now, at least to my knowledge. And that game was more or less just jump scare after jump scare after jump scare. I think I played at least 4 or 5 hours of that game, and I didn't enjoy that half as much as the 2 hours I put into Resident Evil 7. So it definitely does accomplish that. It puts you in an environment where you feel scared. And I'm not going to lie, the first 2 hours I played into it, I only got 1 or 2 jump scares, which isn't a bad thing. Some people think that for a horror game to be good, you need to, or even a horror movie or whatever, you need jump scare after jump scare. But Resident Evil 7, I was expecting it. Every turn I made, I expected a jump scare, but I didn't get one. And that's what makes it so great, just off the little bit of gameplay I played. I turn a corner and I expect something to jump out, and it doesn't. And then I turn another corner and I expect something to jump out, and it doesn't. But at the same time, you know something bad's going to happen eventually. So there's that level of anxiety that you feel. You feel tense. You don't feel comfortable, which I'm not saying that in a bad way. I'm saying, it's a horror game. You're supposed to feel tense. It's just really eerie. You feel tense or cautious, and you're scared the entire time. At least I was. So I've only talked about the positives so far. I mean, it's scary, it makes you feel tense, but there is one downside that I want to talk about. Now, before I played Resident Evil 7, I couldn't tell you the last time I had a nightmare. That being said, I played Resident Evil 7 2 nights ago, and I've had nightmares back to back, so that's great. And my nightmares have gotten so bad that I've actually had to go to therapy for them. Alright now, son, let's go over it one more time. Tell me about the dream.
It's the same dream every night, Doc. It's the same exact dream. Andre, where'd you go, Andre? Andre, you were just here. Andre!
Oh, thank God. Thank God it was just a dream.
Oh, really?
If you're on the fence about buying a PSVR, and you like horror games, or you at least want to try a horror game on the PSVR, or you just want to shit your pants in general, I totally recommend buying a PSVR in that case, because you're going to play Resident Evil 7, you're going to enjoy it, and then you might even go back and play the other VR games that really aren't that popular right now. Now, if you're really hesitant on buying a PSVR and you're not really on the fence, you're not really sure if you want one right now, you're waiting for a price drop, you're waiting for Gen 2 or whatever, I don't recommend getting it just for Resident Evil 7. Don't let Resident Evil 7 be the only selling point for the PSVR. Because if you get it for just Resident Evil 7, you're going to spend $500 on a game that you're going to play for 12 to 20 hours and then get bored of, and then it's going to sit on your shelf for a while. That pretty much concludes this video, but before I leave you guys, I just want to mention a couple of things. If you guys want to check out the 20 plus minutes I put into Resident Evil 7 on the PlayStation VR, I'll leave a link in the description to the video I made, and you guys can kind of get, a better understanding of the experience I had with it. And also, I'm doing a giveaway. This week's giveaway is going to be a coffee mug that looks like a toilet. It's honestly pretty stupid. You'd have to be a pretty shitty friend to give this to somebody as a gift. Now, if you want to win the toilet coffee mug, in order to qualify, in the comments section, tell me what your favorite Kanye West song is, and whatever one is also my favorite will be the winner. And that's pretty much it for this video, guys. So if you enjoyed this video, drop a like, because I really care about likes. Likes are very important on YouTube. I think that it really makes the... And also, don't forget to subscribe, because I'm going to be making more videos in the future that are like this, and other videos in the future that aren't like this. So I'm going to keep you on your toes. Am I going to need that later? I'm assuming I am. Alright, this van looks suspicious. Let's investigate this. What?
Why do you have these lights?
I'm making a video!
Huh?
I'm making a video!
Are you done?
Almost.